You're listening to the Simply Flawsome Show, a podcast designed for you to listen, learn, and leverage. Please welcome your host, Zoe Turner.
Is coming all the way from India. We're in the beautiful surroundings of Dr. Sambhus clinic, which is very close to Trivandrum in Kerala. Now, for those of you that don't know, I come to India every year for Ayurvedic treatments. It's called Panchakarma. Panchakarma is an ancient Indian kind of purification process, and two of my earlier podcasts with Dr. Sambhus go into that in more detail. However, on today's podcast, I've got this beautiful lady, Veronika, and Veronika is going to explain to us the work that she is doing at the clinic and how it enhances the Panchakarma process. Now, it's the first of its kind. There's no one doing this. I've just had the treatment with her, and I'd like her to tell us all about it today. So welcome to the podcast, Veronika.
Thank you so much.
Veronika, can you tell us what it is that you do and the treatments that you're offering here at the clinic?
So basically, I do here same things that I do in Russia or South Korea. I'm doing a treatment for body and mind using the very ancient Tibet and Chinese and Korean medicines such as acupuncture and Moxi therapy, which I really learned in South Korea, and I'm so in love with these procedures. They are also very deep level treatments, and they affect body and they affect mind. The results that I got in South Korea and the results that I'm getting in Saint Petersburg are really amazing. As soon as I started to work here with Dr. Sambhus, who gave me amazing opportunity to do it, during Panchakarma treatment, guests also have this opportunity to use Moxa. Mm-hmm. And I am doing Moxa treatment for them, and the effect and the results are like 10-20 times stronger than I had before with my clients in Russia and South Korea.
Yeah. The treatment that you've just given me, let's focus on that. Today, just to put you into give you context, part of the Panchakarma process, you have what's called a big Vasti, and which is a Vasti is, I'm just going to say it, Vasti is an enema, and the whole, Veronika will probably be able to explain this in more detail than myself. The Vasti, the purpose of that is to access the first chakra.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, of course.
And first chakra is where a lot of your emotions and your behaviours, habitual patterns of behaviours are kind of formed in there. So opening that first chakra can be a very, I'm not sure what word to use.
Powerful
process, intense process.
Definitely it is.
Tell us a little bit about the treatment that I've had with you today.
Sure. Actually, from the beginning, it is not even a treatment. It is kind of a journey of the body and of the energy in the body. It is a journey from the root chakra, what we call the first chakra is a root chakra. It is a connection with the nature. It is connection with our body and ground. Mm-hmm. So it is a grounding. And as soon as it is so open after big Vasti, big Anima that Dr. Sambhus is providing in Panchakarma treatment, so you're becoming so open and accepting. So this treatment helps you to develop your own energy and to clean you, to clarify you, to help you to get rid of old emotional blocks coming from your memory. So basically this treatment, first chakra treatment with Moxa, is helping you to get rid of old memories which are affecting you right now. Mm-hmm. So you don't need them anymore. You can do that. So it gives you powers. It gives you protection.
Before I started the treatment with you, you said that sometimes you can get feelings that your grandmother felt, because there's a genetic... I know I'm probably not explaining that correctly, so can you go into that in a little bit more detail?
So the level is so deep when I'm working on first chakra, which is so intensively connected with your memories and, of course, with your primal brain, right? So the first root chakra is connected with your primal brain, with your memory, with your genetic memory. I had many experiences with my clients which are telling me stories, what they have visions about their past, or even some of them were telling me stories about what they see from their grandmothers, what they experienced, they were them in that moment of when I was doing Moxa to them. So yes, it is awakening your very primal, very ancient genetic things that you still hanging on your shoulders, even it's not even you, right? So it is in your cells, this memory. It is in your genes. Yes, it is affecting it. Moxa is bringing up all the old things that need to be
released.
Yes, released. Yes.
Before we started this interview, I was speaking to one of the gentlemen by the pool, and we were talking about yoga. There's a lot of yogis that do Panchakarma. Yoga has never really been my thing, because I'm a runner, cycling, swimming, boxing. That's my thing. However, this year I did start doing some Kundalini. And for those that don't know, Kundalini is more like breath work, and I still do that every day. I wouldn't say I do yoga. I do kind of breath work every morning when I wake up. Even if it's for 10 minutes, I'll do kind of like breathing. One of the guys up there said that the treatment, Moxa, it kind of ignites. Yes. Is that the right word? It ignites your Kundalini energy.
Yes, it is not the purpose of doing it, but it is happening automatically. Yes, it helps to arise your Kundalini, and it works so well. So people who are looking forward it, they're really enjoying the process, because especially people who are sensitive about it and who can sense the changes in the body, because it is coming from the roots again, right? So the Kundalini, the life energy, is powerful. It's going so intense, rising up. Yes, and this is you really can experience by doing Moxa for the first chakra treatment. Yes.
I think I shared with you before we had the treatment that when I started doing my breathing and my Kundalini earlier this year, it brought back my period. I hadn't had a period for 3 months. And then I started doing this, and I wouldn't say I do all the chanting. I just call it breath work. So I do breath work, and thankfully, touch wood, they're still here. And I believe a lot of it has to do with the breathing that I'm doing on a morning.
So all the things that are keeping you from not being open and your life energy not to flow that well, you're getting rid of it, and now you're being more open, and more life energy is going through you, and of course you're staying younger.
I was speaking to Dr. Sambhus earlier at the clinic, and about the patients that he has here. He has cancer patients. He has many patients with HIV coming to see him, very, very helpful in helping combat that virus, so much to the point that it becomes undetectable in most of his patients. And that's just something I want to highlight, that a lot of people may think this is just some woo-woo spiritual thing, but the treatments here can really help you with... I'm not a medical doctor, and neither is Veronika, but the results do speak for themselves, So people that are open to this, the treatments can really help you with quite serious health problems. I'm not saying that it's cure cancer, it's going to cure HIV, but what it will do is strengthen your immune system so that you're less likely to pick up any other illnesses as a result of having that low immune system. And it, generally
it is working on your life power of your body, so it is increasing your immunity system anyway, because of amazing oils that Dr. Sambhus is using. They do a lot.
Yeah.
They do fantastic things.
The quality of Sambhus oils is fantastic.
It is.
Tell me a little bit about your training. You said that you've trained in Tibet and in Thailand.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. Basically, I trained by the masters who were trained in Thailand. And I've been trained in South Korea in a Buddhist temple in the mountains by the monks. And it is more about my personal journey, not about religion itself. It was about my personal development and spiritual development and meditations. And that's why I can really understand people who are hungry for spiritual truth, hungry for personal development. And I really, really recommend them, this place and these treatments here, because it is not only about the physics, which is, of course, works amazing and fantastic.
So when you say it's not only about the physics like this is there any scientific evidence to back up what you do? So for all the people out there that possibly think it's just a bit woo-woo, is there scientific evidence to back it up that what we're doing is actually working?
It is again about the Eastern medicine itself, right? So in Eastern medicine it is not always physics. And people know that in Tibet medicine, in Ayurveda, in Chinese medicine, all the doctors are working not only about physical issues. They work all together with your emotional background, of course, and many, many things. So they include everything in the treatment. They're doing in all of the levels. They do your emotional, you do your energetically, they do your health physically. So it is like a huge amount of things they have to work with you. Yes, and it is not about physics only, a lot of things more, like beyond.
You say that the
Moxa,
it intensifies the big Vasti.
Yes.
Vasti is a Sanskrit word, and like I say, basically it just means enema, but it's a big enema that opens up that first chakra. So can you explain,
of course,
how it intensifies that?
Of course. So by opening the first chakra while doing this big Vasti, so you're getting very open, like very pure, sensitive. And Moxa, when I'm doing Moxa, applying Moxa, same place, it is producing very, very pure smoke and heat, which is filling you with this warmth and protecting you from like dangerous things that can, be happening with a very open person. So when you are very open, when you come back home to the real things that you got used to your work, to the old environment, of course it can be very hard for you first time. So Moxa is giving you a protection and powers to stay open and being safe same time. And because of you are open, Moxa is getting so deep to you and staying with you, this heat, this healing heat and this protection, staying with you there inside, because it can go deeper only after these kinds of things like big Anima. Yes.
Thank you. I know a lot of Russians are very much into kind of their breathing, and there's some fantastic teachers in Russia alone. I met a lady, a Mind Valley event. She was from Russia. She was a breathwork instructor, absolutely incredible. And I went to speak to her afterwards. I said, "Where did you learn how to do that?"
Yes.
And thinking she was going to say in the Himalayas in India. She said, my teacher is in Russia.
Russian people right now are more open to, and they're more, deeper level right now is open in them. So they're ready to have something from the different cultures, something very deep, something spiritual also, something to open their mind. Yes, they're getting more and more open, really.
We're talking a lot about chakras, and we're making the assumption that you know what this means. But for those that don't know, what are our chakras?
So basically it is energetic places in the body. In a physical level, it is they are projections on the body systems, right? And in a kind of a spiritual level, it is also the places for certain spheres of our life, like for example the heart chakra is about the social life and emotions, right? And the heart, it is not only because the heart is there, right? So it is solar plexus, heart, it is all here. Also, the many people heard about the third eye. Yes, it is like how people can see and vision things. Actually, so many cultural aspects are there, because you can say about the chakras in India, in Tibet, or other countries, they all have similar energetic spots in the body, which are like answering certain questions, like the social life, your life power, your emotional level, your expression level, yes, how you see things, how you see true things, and yes, how you are connected with spiritually with some higher energy, or how you are grounded from the first chakra.
On a practical standpoint, just very simply, how can this help us in our day-to-day life?
It is helping just because it is our life. So it is a picture how the chakras are open, how they work. It is a picture of how we live our lives, how we live our lives healthy and happy. The level, how we live, you can see clearly on our body. It's a picture. Yes, so of course, if you take care of your body, if you take care of your mind, then you will be healthy and happy, right? That's
fantastic.
The thing. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about what you do and your treatments before we bring the podcast to an end? We've actually been chatting for 20 minutes.
So I would just want to say that before you try, it's very hard to understand such things, but I really, really recommend you.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, over and out.